Hey, are you awake? It's me again, Elvira. Do you remember from last night? I hope I'm not bothering you, but I was wondering if maybe you could let me in? I promise I have no ill intentions. I'd just like to spend more time with you. Wow, I wasn't sure you'd actually. Thank you for letting me in. And after last night, I thought maybe you'd need some space, and I'd have understood, but I'm glad you seem to trust me a bit more. Anyway, may I see your arm? Want to make sure you're feeling all right. Hmm. Hmm. Well, looking at your arm, it definitely seems to be healing up quite well. The marks from my fang are still there, but they don't look as bad as I'd feared. I was worried it would turn out a lot worse. So, how's it feel? Any pain? Discomfort? Anything out of the ordinary? I see. Well, what about movement? I hope moving around hasn't been too difficult for you. You've been managing? Well, that's good. Now, I know you probably weren't expecting to see me again. And honestly, after last night, I had my own doubts about showing my face to you again. But I just couldn't stay away. There was just something about the time we spent together, cuddled up. It filled me with a warmth I simply couldn't shake. It's funny, isn't it? Me being the cause of your pain, yet here I am, longing to connect with you once more. I can see it in your eyes, the confusion, maybe even a hint of fear. It's a lot to process, and I can't blame you for feeling overwhelmed. I did sneak into your room unannounced and uninvited, after all, like one of those scary monsters of the night, which I am, but I realize now I went about it all wrong. I crossed boundaries that I had no right to cross, and I hurt you, which is the last thing I ever want. I I understand you've forgiven me, and while that's a gift I'll always treasure, something inside me still says I haven't done enough to truly earn it. And that's why I decided to bring you a little something today. It's a token, really, but one that carries with it a piece of my heart. You remember the lamp I broke last night? Of course it wasn't intentional, but sometimes this tale has a mind of its own. Oh, you have no idea how often I find myself in a tangle because of it. It's like having an overeager puppy attached to you, always wagging and knocking this over without realizing its strength. Anyway, I still felt guilty for breaking it, and I wanted to make it right. So, while I was gone, I went and got you a brand new lamp, even better than the last one. Oh, silly, it's not just a mere replacement I bought from the store. It's a token of my deepest feelings for you. You see, I wanted to give you something that came from the very essence of who I am. So I put all of my heart into crafting this. The design, it's unique just like you. what you see before you, it's not just a pattern of mere decoration, but it's a piece of me that I am entrusting to you, quite literally. Lovingly crafted for my own scales, shed and shaped to create something more beautiful for you. Why don't you hold it? Oh, don't worry about this one breaking. You see, my beautiful scales aren't just for show. They carry the resilience of my kind, the strength of my ancestry, making it nearly as indestructible as my own will to be close to you. Can you feel their texture? It's a sensation like any other, isn't it? My scales are naturally smooth and they're always cool to the touch, like a refreshing breeze on a hot day. Oh, and its glow, it's not just any flame, it's actually beats in sync with my own heart. A delicate dance of light that echoes my devotion towards you. But that's not all. Can you tell how I've also woven my own essence into the very wick, so when it burns, it releases a scent that's undeniably mine, subtle yet unmistakable, a fragrance that's as robust as the connection I feel with you. It's my hope that when the scent envelopes you, you'll close your eyes and sense my presence as if I'm right there beside you, whispering in your ears how much I miss you. You'll find one else with a lamp like this, and no one else means what you mean to me. So I hope you like it, and hopefully you can forgive me for my mistakes. Really? Have you really never gotten anything so personal from anyone before? Wow, I don't believe it. Oh, it was all nothing, but to hear you say that, it's more than I could have hoped for. I'm glad you like it. It means a lot to me that you appreciate it, especially since it was for me. I wasn't sure how you'd feel about it. I was worried you'd have thought it was weird or would try to run away again. But seeing you smile, knowing that you understand the care I put into it, it's more than I could have hoped for. Thank you for accepting my gift and for appreciating the sentiment that's behind it. Now, I've been thinking about last night, the way we were together, cuddled up. It felt like a dream I didn't want to wake up from, feeling your warm body up close, holding you near. It was the best experience ever, and I was wondering if maybe we could do it again? I just couldn't stop reminiscing about it the moment I left, and I'd be so grateful if I could stay with you again. Being able to share another night with you would be quite delightful, but only if you're okay with it, that is. I know I may have been too forward before, and I'm sorry if I made things awkward, but I promise not to overstep any boundaries this time. Your comfort is my top priority, and if you'd rather have your space for the night, I'll understand and leave without a fuss. I'll respect your wishes, and I'll be happy knowing things between us at least ended on good terms. Really? You really mean it? Wow, I didn't expect this. I would have been really sad if I couldn't stay, but now that you said I can, I'm just overwhelmed with emotions, I suppose. Is it okay if I rest my head on your chest? Hmm. Your heartbeat, it's the most beautiful melody I've ever heard. Your heart whispers of a kindness that I've longed to embrace. Do you do you feel comfortable with me this close? I could always curl up at your side. It's if that's more comfortable to you. Or I could always stay like this. That way I can keep admiring your adorable face up close. Do you think you could ever get used to my rather unique way of cuddling? Do you like the way my tail snuggles around you? I'm not holding you too tightly, am I? Good. You know, when I wrap my tail around you, it's not just because it feels nice, but also because my kind sees this as a deeply intimate gesture. And I would only do this with you. Strange, isn't it? Oh. I've witnessed many people come and go, but no one else catches my eye. But you're different. The kindness you've shown me, your gentle nature, you have this way about you, a sweetness that's just, well, beyond words. And that's why you're the only one that matters to me and the only one I would want to share this experience with. It's not just a physical embrace, but a symbol of my desire to protect you. I want to be your protector. And shield you from the dangers of the world. Tell me, do you find it strange a creature like me feeling this way towards a human? You don't need to be so nervous. I just want your honest answer. I see. Could you ever believe in a bond that transcends our different worlds? I do too. I have one more question for you. Would you ever share your dreams with me, even if they seemed impossible?